Today we're diving into the fascinating history of one of the most ancient dog breeds in the world, the Canaan dog. Joining us is a renowned breeder right here in Kingston, Jenny Landis from JayKay Canaan Dogs, which is actually the only registered breeder with the Canadian Kennel Club. Thank you very much to bringing in your friends.
So here is Holly, and her official name is JayKay Defiant Spirit, and she's a UKC champion. She just got her championship. And then her mother is Jessie, and she's also UKC champion. JayKay, Jessica J Investigates. She's 4.5, and she's almost 2.
Can you share a bit of history about this dog breed and its origins?
Okay, so the breed originated, they're from what is now Israel, that area. And back in the 1930s, the Jewish Defense Force wanted a working dog. And they brought in a dog specialist, Dr. Menzel, to put together their training program. And I guess at the time, she tried working with some, the more recognized breeds for police work, military work, German Shepherds or Dobermans. But it's very hot, very cold in that area. Like at night, it gets very cold in the desert. And so she ended up capturing some wild dogs, Canaan dogs that were, well, they weren't officially called Canaan dogs at that time, but she captured some dogs and started training them for military work. So they were used as watchdogs and also for landmine detection. And apparently the way they trained them for landmine detection is to teach them to identify areas where the ground had been disturbed, and they were more reliable than the current landmine detection mechanical equipment that was available at the time. So way back, they were herding dogs. They helped guard Bedouin flocks, etc. So that's a little bit of history. But yeah, they found cave drawings dating back 2000 BC that show this sort of outline of a dog. So yeah, they're very old breed, but not very well known.
And here we are in Kingston, and you started your breeding of this particular type of dog back in
2003.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2003 I had my first litter.
It was first recognized as a breed by the Canadian Kennel Club in '93. What significance did that have to the breed in North America?
Well, once they're recognized by the Canadian Kennel Club, obviously it means that you can show them and that you start building a pedigree. So all the dogs have multiple generation pedigrees. So they're recognized as a purebred dog, essentially what that means. Okay. So yeah.
Let's talk about their disposition with families. Can you tell me a little bit about are they good for families, good for watchdogs, you were saying?
Yeah, so they're very, because their background is being a wild dog, right? They were, left to their own devices as far as, surviving. So they're very smart in that way. They're very smart. They can be very stubborn. They can learn very quickly, but they can also ignore you if they're not interested. So they can be a bit difficult, like if you are planning, but not that they can't do it, doing rally obedience or obedience. For example, you might ask them to sit 3 times, and then they're like, okay, 4th time, I don't know why you want me to sit again, but no. So they can be a bit stubborn that way. They're very good watchdogs. So if you want a dog that's going to alert you to
good example of watchdogs.
Shh, hey. Hey.
Since your first litter in 2003, how have you seen, if any, popularity growth of this dog breed?
Well, it's a very small, very limited number of breeders in Canada and in the US and even overseas. So, and people don't really know about them that much, so I can't say that it's really suddenly become, the dog everybody wants. They have to learn about the dog and see if the personality and character traits fit in with their lifestyle. And they're not necessarily a dog for everybody in terms of they're a little bit unique in their personality. They're very good with their family, the people they know, very loyal to their family. They're not necessarily the dog that will be friends with, like, oh, you're my best friend, and oh, you have a treat, I'll take it. It's like, I don't know this person, I don't know why they're wanting to give me a treat, but I'll just stand back.
Very cautious dogs then.
Yeah, well, because they were wild dogs,
Yes.
they had to be cautious, living, living out in the desert.
Okay. Last question, what would you want the public who are watching this to know? If they were to take one thing out of our little interview here, what would that be?
Well, if you want a very unique dog that's going to be very attached to you and your family, that you're willing to work with, I mean, they can, we participate in agility, we participate in, conformation, we do rally obedience, canine good neighbor. So if you're willing to work with your dog, they can do amazing things.
And they can go to your website for more info.
They can check out JayKay Canaan Dogs and find out more about Canaan dogs and their history, and check out some of the awards we've won.
All right. Thank you very much for coming in and bringing my two new friends.
Thank you for having me.